The iRide HUD for helmet is a high-tech mini projector that can be controlled by voice commands and is worn on the driver's helmet to keep them from being distracted. It was made by engineers who used to work for Airbus and BMW. The 3000 nits of brightness come from Sony's Nano HD technology. This makes the projector 3 times brighter than an iPhone screen in a direct sunlight. Using the remote button on the handlebars and the voice commands features of the phone, you can answer calls, dial numbers, and play music without taking your hands off the handlebars. First of all, you can use the iRide HUD with any helmet, even a bike helmet, because it is a simple standalone device. First thing first is the vents in the Heelite free air jacket are like your own airbag. If the car gets into an accident, the hidden airbags will go off right away. If you're going to ride a motorcycle and get into an accident, you should use different safety gear. Whether it is a jacket or a vest, the Heelite business is based on the same technology. They sell items with airbags built in. Thanks to a turtle airbag technology, this jacket has a built-in airbag that is activated mechanically and fully deploys in less than 100 milliseconds. After each use, you don't have to send it back to the manufacturer. The cost of a new cartridge is also not very high. Back, neck, and torso are protected by SAS Tech Level 2 armor and rigid materials in the shoulder, elbow, hip, and abdominal areas add another layer of protection. The Cosmo Moto is meant to be attached to the back of your helmet instead of the back of your two-wheeled vehicle, like a regular brake light would be. It can be used with any standard bicycle helmet or any other kind of helmet on the market today. The idea behind Cosmo Moto is that when you hit the brakes, everyone should be able to see exactly how much you're slowing down. When you let off the gas, hit a bump, or use the clutch in Cosmo Moto, the red light on the back of your helmet will turn on. Because your helmet is probably at their eye level, other drivers and riders will be able to see the light without any problems. With its built-in 3-axis accelerometers, speed variation detection, and 3-axis rate sensor angular rate measurement, the brake light can tell when the motorcycle slows down. Use it with the Cosmo Connected app on your phone to let your loved ones know right away if there's an emergency. The best way to put your smartphone in the right spot on your motorcycle is to use a fork stem mount, like Quad Lock. This attachment is attached directly to the extension tube of the motorcycle instead of the handlebar. As is usual, remember that this method of attachment can only be used with hollow steering tubes. After installation, the phone's mounting bracket and by extension the device's orientation should be vertical to the steering axis so that the phone can be turned with the dead nut in the middle. The twist and pull mechanism, which the maker calls a two-stage locking system, makes sure that your phone stays securely attached to the mount, even on the roughest roads. On the fork stem, you can mount both Quad Lock casing and the universal adapter. Many new motorcycles have a device that checks the pressure in each tire all the time. If your bike doesn't have that feature, you can use Fobo Bike Tour. You don't want your valve caps to be the center of attention, so this TPMS is easy to set up and doesn't draw too much attention to itself. The Fobo Bike Tool, like a lot of other motorcycle gadgets, works by connecting a smartphone app. In this case, it does this through Bluetooth. Once the pressure sensor for the front and back wheels and the air shock have been put in place and linked, the app will work as it should. On the screen of your phone, you should be able to see all the information you need, such as the current tire pressure and temperature. These valve caps won't inflate or deflate the tire for you, but they will let you know if the pressure goes outside the range you set. If you think you will need a dash cam while riding your motorcycles, but there is no room for one in the dashboard, you might put one anywhere you want, on the handlebar, in place of the mirror, etc. The same is true for camera on the back. Using two 3-megapixel Sony Starvis lenses, each camera can record in full high definition at 30 frames per second and a wide 140-degree field of view. You need them to work well no matter what the weather is like, so they are protected to IP level 66 standards. Because the Sport M1 has Wi-Fi, can send the video it takes right away to a nearby smartphone. The cameras are meant to be permanently wired to the power source of the motorcycle so that they turn on and off with the ignition. The best thing about the Dynamoto motorbike stand is that the wheels can turn 360 degrees. The rotator is an invention that is made to lift both wheels of the motorcycle off the ground. It looks like a pair of standard race tracks. In contrast to the race position, the dynamotor position makes the bike much easier to use for transit or general cycling mobility. Rotocaster makes sure that every dynamotor has locks in both front and back wheels. The three wheel blades that make up the multi-directional wheel can spin in any direction. Each blade has 8 polyurethane rollers on the side that make it easy to move. Each stand has 3 Rotocaster wheels, so as a motorcycle on the stands can be moved in any direction. Garmin is the most well-known brand of GPS systems for vehicles. Over the years, it has made a lot of GPS systems that can be used in motorbikes by mountaineers and by athletes. Even the Zomo XT, which is already pretty cheap, has free map updates for life because of its bright, glove-friendly 5.5-inch screen. The XT is an easy-to-use and feature-packed motorcycle navigation device. If your helmet has Bluetooth, you can get turn-by-turn directions and other important traffic information spoken to you. It's not unusual to see someone with a small camera on their helmet these days. Riders who go off the beaten path often film their trips and post the videos on social media, where they brag about how they've done. Having a clean record could also help you keep your insurance company from giving you trouble. The Sena 10C Pro is a great choice for when just having a camera isn't enough. This device is more than just a camera because it can film in 2K at 30 frames per second and has a 3.7 megapixel lens. The field of view of 135 degrees is also pretty good. If you have a big group traveling with you, you can send with a 10 CPR. 4 people can stay in touch within a mile. By connecting a smartphone, you can play music and get directions by voice. The smart motorbike helmet from Livol was one of the hundreds of new cutting-edge products shown at CES 2020 in the past 6 years. The Chinese company has made a name for itself in the skiing and cycling helmet markets. It looks like it's now trying to make a name for itself in the motorcycle helmet market as well. The helmet has 2 front lights and a 4K camera that records from the front. In addition to the way the projection opens, the trunk has a tail light for the brakes and for turning. On both sides, there is a round button that lets you quickly use features like making calls and using the GPS. A heads-up display is built into the helmet and can show your speeds, where you're going, who is calling you, how much battery life you have left, and any alarms. Move About Zero, the flashlights on motorcycle shoes, which are often called shorty boots, make them look like kids' shoes. These aren't just any lights, they are both brake lights and turn signals in one. Shorty boots are made to make the person wearing them more visible to people behind them, especially at night. This makes it less likely that they will get into an accident while driving or riding. The Zero's Roman short boots had a short heel. In order for the boots to work, the motorcycle's lighting system needs to have a wireless relay box. When the turn signals are turned on, a wireless receiver in the trunk turns on the red brake lights and the yellow turn signal lights.